everyone, my name is Declan.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Malik.
And we are Usalvage. TJX, how would you like to become the next leader in environmentalism at no cost? We have a plan that will increase your revenues and make your customers happy. In fact, we're projecting to earn you $6.5 million in increased revenues in just 3 years, and your social responsibility will be celebrated. Let's explain how we can do this together. So consumers today are buying way more than ever, especially clothing. In fact, consumers buy 5 times more clothes now than in 1980. Yet at the same time, we threw away 40% more textiles in 2009 than just a decade earlier. And only about a fifth of Americans' used clothes are actually being resold in the US. Rather, thousands of pounds of clothes are being dumped into developing areas of places like Africa and Latin America, which is harming locals and their industries. So who are we and what are we going to do about this? We're Usalvage, and our plan is to accept clothing donations from retail customers. We're going to then pick up and sort the clothing into either sellable or recyclable clothing. We'll sell the usable clothing to a local secondhand retail clothing business, and we'll recycle the unusable clothes in the USA. This goes along with the TJX model because it'll increase customer shopping with the use of a coupon, which will encourage the treasure hunt and then increase the already speedy inventory turnover rates. So our description, our plan, our goal is to enhance TJX's environmental reputation. We plan to refurbish an existing sales station into a donation desk. We'll accept clothing donations in exchange for a 15% clothing coupon. People must donate at least 2 pounds of acceptable clothing in order to receive the coupon, and the coupon will be valid at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And like I said before, unsellable clothes will be recycled in the US.
So Usalvage brings value to every single part of this operation. To TJX, we're allowing them to become a more environmentally conscious company with this new innovative process. And as Declan said, we're also going to be improving their inventory turnover so they can move through merchandise faster than ever. And Usalvage is going to handle every single step of this process, even training the employees who work within the retail store. To TJX customers, we're allowing them to become more environmentally conscious by providing them a very convenient location for donations and hopefully encouraging them to donate more. Our company, we're benefiting from TJX's reputation and recognition, which will be very important in our growth moving forward. And we're also focused on creating a more environmentally friendly world. For the fashion resale businesses that we partner with, we're going to become a stable supplier of used clothing inventory. A lot of these local businesses depend on smaller donations from individuals, and we're going to be much more stable and much more focused supplier. And we're also encouraging the growth of local small businesses in the areas around our retail locations. So we conducted a survey using Qualtrics, and we found that there was a correlation between how often our respondents visited a TJX store and how often they donated. So we're using Usalvage to get an intersection of this point and allow them to do both of these things at the same time in the same visit. 94% of our respondents expressed an interest in discounts in exchange for used clothing, which is fantastic because it's exactly what our model is. And what was interesting is that 98% of respondents said that it was really somewhat important that companies are environmentally conscious, and that shows in an increasingly more aware world, companies can no longer just provide a service or a good, they have to actually take a stand and become more socially responsible.
Our main source of supply will be environmentally conscious customers. We will primarily focus on the Boston area because that's where we're piloting. And according to a 2018 global trend of giving report, 52% of American households are willing to donate. So that's how we got from 600,000, which is Boston population, to 350,000, and that gets us finally to the 85,000, which is the main demographic for TJX customers, which are women, middle-aged women, and that's obviously 52% of the Boston population. We'll sell our used clothing to thrift store and resale clothing stores. We currently have partnership with Buffalo Exchange, which is a resale store, and they currently have 2 stores in Boston, and they also operate in 20 other states. So there's potential in the future to expand. We will also have a partnership with Martix Fiber, which is a recycling company. We will give them the clothing that we cannot sell, so that they can recycle it and help the environment.
So as for growth, we intend to start with one TJ Maxx store in the Boston area. TJ Maxx was the most visited store amongst our survey respondents, and expand to other locations. And with our partnership with Buffalo Exchange, that's going to be easier to pilot in other states as well. With our company growth, we're doing a proof of concept with the TJX stores. We're going to begin once again with the one TJ Maxx store in the Boston area, and then expand to another store in year 2, and expand to a third store in year 3. And then once we prove our concept with TJX, we're going to expand to other retailers using TJX as sort of the figurehead and the model.
Alright, so we've identified our competition as H&M, American Eagle, and Madewell, who each have their own sort of clothing for coupon models, and they're all similar in the sense that they send clothes abroad, and what makes us different is that we're going to keep them in the US. So we've recognized our weaknesses and threats. Our weakness is that we're limited to clothing donations and not other textiles like some other companies. And our threats is the fact that we rely on donations from customers, and we need donations and demand from other businesses in order for our business to run. But we believe the strengths and opportunities outweigh these weaknesses and threats. We recognize that the secondhand clothing industry was worth $5 billion in 2018 and is projected to grow to $23 billion in 2023. And our strengths of the company is to protect domestic businesses and the fact that we collect all types of used clothing and offer discounts for any TJX clothing, whereas some of our competitors, they only take in certain kinds of clothes and offer coupons for certain clothing.
So, due to the nature of our operation, we can get up and running in the first month because our startup costs are low and there's not much of a setup to begin. Our revenues for the first year will be around $170,000, and the expenses will be around $140,000. The deficit, we will be paying this through our equity, which will consist of 50% of contribution from us and family, and 50% from bank loan. For the second year, we can see that the deficit has decreased, and this is thanks due to the expansion to a new store, which will help us increase the donations. We will also pay the deficit through the same equity. All of this is also under the assumption that the average donation will be £5, and that 30% of the donations will not be sold because they're not valid. And this is all thanks to the expansion to the new store. And finally, for the third year, we will start to make a profit, and we'll start paying off our debts. You can also see that we will start breaking even between the second and third year. And from here, you can see that the revenues that we project that TJX will make for the 3 years will be around $6.5 million. This is under the assumptions that 80% of the customers who will try to take advantage of their coupons and shop at TJX. And the life cycle of our supply will begin with the customer. They will bring their used clothing to the retail store where we operate, and then we will take any kind of clothing, happily take the clothing, and based on the acceptability condition of the clothing, we will give them a coupon or not. Obviously, there will be exceptions to that, but we'll have the general rule of only accepting clothing that can be sold. After which, our transporting service that we will contract with will take our stock and move it to our facilities, where they will be sorted and packaged and processed. After which, obviously using the utilities that we will be supplied from Walmart and other places, like computers and all the equipment. After which, the truck from this transporting service will move the packages to either the Buffalo Exchange store we have a partnership with, or to Martix Fiber.
Alright, so our marketing plan, we are budgeting $3,000 per year for a total of $9,000 over the next 3 years. We would like to work with TJX and use their email base so that we can email the current customers about this, but if we can't do that, we are contracted with a marketing agency that will take care of a lot of things. We plan on using Facebook ads to our target demographic, and then doing an in-store ad campaign that focuses on environmental friendliness and convenience of donations.
So the key management, we are the 3 owners, and we all graduated from Northeastern, and we all went out into the field for about 3 years in a variety of different fields and career paths. And we're taking our expertise and applying it to this new business. Vice President of Finance, I'm the strategy and marketing, and then operations. So this is our organizational chart. The three owners will be the main decision makers of the entire company, but below us will be a facility manager who is in charge of the Usalvage sorting facility / warehouse. That warehouse will employ 4 employees who sort and process all of the goods we receive, and a janitor to keep the whole space clean year round. And there will also be 2 retail store employees that work at this case in the TJ Maxx store that will be trained by the facility manager, but be managed on a day-to-day basis by the retail store manager. And because we're aligned so closely with other retail stores, all of our manager-employee relationships will be very transparent and trustworthy.
Alright, so to summarize, our plan is for TJX to be the next leader of social responsibility. We want to provide a convenient place for people to donate clothes and receive a clothing coupon, which will then increase the revenues for TJX. We will help increase the inventory turnover ratio, which will motivate customers to buy. We'll encourage growth of local business and protect foreign industries. Together we can help local secondhand retail stores grow, as well as protect vulnerable nations abroad from the negative effects of